Hello everyone, and welcome back to YouTube Daily Military.
KC-135 Hot Pit Refuel, B-roll of airmen from the 378th Expeditionary Logistics Readiness Squadron and the 77th Fighter Generation Squadron performing a hot pit refuel of a KC-135 Stratotanker from the 379th Air Expeditionary Wing. Hot pit refuel refers to refueling the aircraft while the engines are still running. Techniques like hot pit expedite the refueling process, which allows the aircraft to be ready for another mission sooner. The Boeing KC-135 Stratotanker is an American military aerial refueling tanker aircraft that was developed from the Boeing 367-80 prototype, alongside the Boeing 707 airliner. It has a narrower fuselage and is shorter than the 707. Boeing gave the aircraft the internal designation of Model 717. The KC-135 was the United States Air Force's first jet-powered refueling tanker and replaced the KC-97 Stratofreighter. The KC-135 was initially tasked with refueling strategic bombers, but it was used extensively in the Vietnam War and later conflicts such as Operation Desert Storm to extend the range and endurance of U.S. tactical fighters and bombers. The KC-135 entered service with the United States Air Force, USAF, in 1957. It is one of 9 military fixed-wing aircraft with over 60 years of continuous service with its original operator. The KC-135 is supplemented by the larger McDonnell Douglas KC-10 extender. Studies have concluded that many of the aircraft could be flown until 2030. Although maintenance costs have greatly increased. The KC-135 is to be partially replaced by the Boeing KC-46 Pegasus.
This time we will discuss the KC-135 aircraft, Airman Conduct, Touch and Go, training in KC-135, Captain Benjamin Howell and First Lieutenant Michael Byrne, assigned to 161st Air Refueling Wing, perform Touch and Go, training in a KC-135 Stratotanker, May 4, 2023. The maneuver involves landing on a runway and taking off again without coming to a complete stop, and is normally practiced during flight training. Touch-and-go landings can perform a crucial safety role in an emergency situation when a plane lands with not enough space to come to a complete stop, but has enough space to accelerate and take off again. F-15E Strike Eagle Refueling B-roll of a U.S. Air Force F-15E Strike Eagle assigned to the 366th Fighter Wing from Mountain Home Air Force Base, Idaho, refueling from a KC-135 Stratotanker. 912th ERS refuels Raptor Ops, B-roll, a KC-135 Stratotanker assigned to the 912th Expeditionary Air Refueling Squadron refuels F-22 Raptors over the U.S. Central Command's area of responsibility. Women's History Month refueling flight, a C-17 Globemaster III prepares for a mid-air refuel near Beale Air Force Base. The video demonstrates what it was like to be aboard a KC-135 Stratotanker as 2 all-women crews work together in celebration of Women's History Month. 91st ERS fuels RC-135, supports bilateral exercise B-roll, a U.S. Air Force KC-135 Stratotanker assigned to the 91st Expeditionary Air Refueling Squadron fuels an RC-135 rivet joint assigned to the 379th Air Expeditionary Wing during exercise Juniper Oak, within the U.S. Central Command area of responsibility. Juniper Oak is a large-scale bilateral exercise aimed to enhance interoperability between U.S. and Israeli armed forces contributing to regional security. Fairchild Showcase Capability in Exercise Global Thunder 23, U.S. Air Force KC-135 Stratotanker assigned to the 6th Air Refueling Wing, lands during Exercise Global Thunder 23 at Fairchild Air Force Base, Washington. Exercises like Global Thunder involve extensive planning and coordination to provide unique training opportunities for assigned units and forces.
MacDill AFB conducts Operation Violent Storm. MacDill Air Force Base conducted Operation Violent Storm at MacDill AFB, Florida. The operation consisted of an elephant walk, with 18 KC-135 Stratotanker aircraft mobilizing through the efforts of more than 700 personnel from across the installation, all in under 6 hours. Violent Storm proved the 6th ARW has the capability to project overwhelming air power in a short time frame. 909 Argentine pesos and the 35th LRS perform hot pit refuel. Airmen assigned to the 909th Air Refueling Squadron from Kadena Air Base, Japan, and 35th Logistics Readiness Squadron Petroleum, Oils, and Lubricants Flight performed the first codified KC-135 Stratotanker hot pit refuel at Misawa Air Base. Hot pit refueling is an essential practice that utilizes speed, innovation, and the expertise of fuels personnel, enhancing both Kadena's and Misawa's mission to maintain a free and open Indo-Pacific region. The 909 Argentine pesos assisted the 35th Wing's hot pit qualification process by supplying a KC-135 to Misawa, utilizing agile combat employment operations to provide highly mobile fuel support. KC-135 flying. B-roll video shows U.S. Air Force KC-135 Stratotankers assigned to the 185th Air Refueling Wing of the Iowa Air National Guard, Sioux City. Video shows Air National Guard crew chiefs preparing the mid-air refueling aircraft for flight, taxi, landing, and takeoff. The KC-135 Stratotanker provides the core aerial refueling capability for the United States Air Force and has excelled in this role for more than 50 years. This unique asset enhances the Air Force's capability to accomplish its primary mission of global reach. It also provides aerial refueling support to Air Force, Navy, Marine Corps, and allied nation aircraft. The KC-135 is also capable of transporting litter and ambulatory patients using patient support pallets during aeromedical evacuations. Engine retrofits. All KC-135s were originally equipped with Pratt & Whitney J57P59W turbojet engines, which produced 10,000 lbf, 44 knots, of thrust dry, and approximately 13,000 lbf, 58 knots, of thrust wet. Wet thrust is achieved through the use of water injection on takeoff, as opposed to wet thrust when used to describe an afterburning engine. 670 US gallons, 2,500 L, of water are injected into the engines over the course of 3 minutes. The water is injected into the inlet and the diffuser case in front of the combustion case. The water cools the air in the engine to increase its density. It also reduces the turbine gas temperature, which is a primary limitation on many jet engines. This allows the use of more fuel for proper combustion and creates more thrust for short periods of time, similar in concept to war emergency power in a piston-engined aircraft. Operation Centennial Contact Takeoff B-roll. U.S. Air Force KC-135 Stratotanker aircraft take off from MacDill Air Force Base, Florida, June 27, 2023 for Operation Centennial Contact. During the operation, more than 150 aircraft flew above communities around the country and across the world to honor 100 years of air refueling excellence. With 100 years of experience, the USAF's air refueling capabilities deliver unrivaled rapid global reach and meaningful maneuver for the joint force and our allies and partners. Aerial refueling serves as a force multiplier, increasing the speed, range, lethality, flexibility and versatility of combat aircraft. Tankers also carry cargo and passengers, perform aeromedical evacuations, and enable strategic deterrence for the United States. Team Fairchild leads 100 years of aerial refueling celebration. KC-135 Stratotankers assigned to the 92nd Air Refueling Wing and the 141st Air Refueling Wing taxi into position before minimum interval takeoffs as part of Operation Centennial Contact at Fairchild Air Force Base, Washington, June 27, 2023. The movement, which included stops at Yellowstone National Park, Mount Rushmore, and Glacier National Park, was part of Air Mobility Command's celebration of 100 years air refueling operations and demonstrated the 92nd Air Refueling Wing's global reach capabilities. Since its inception in 1923, air refueling has become a crucial component of military and civilian aviation operations around the world by extending the range and endurance of aircraft and enabling them to complete missions that would otherwise be impossible or require multiple stops. As a result, this capability is essential for strategic and tactical operations, as well as humanitarian relief efforts in support of AMC, U.S. Transportation Command and Department of Defense priorities.